In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the Redis string commands. I've got my Redis CLI open here. As we know, Redis is a key value database, and that means that it's pretty simple to play around with. Let's go ahead and set our first key value pair. The command in Redis is simply set, the key name, and then the value. Let's go with name and Tim. And we've set that. Super simple. To go ahead and get this value back, we simply do get and then the key name, in which case is name. And we get back Tim. Let's do it again with the email. So set email, code with tim@gmail.com. And then to get that back, it's just get email. To get the length of a string in Redis, it's just string len and then the key name. So in this case, email, and we get back 21. If you want to set multiple strings at once, you can definitely do that. The command is simply mset for multiple set, and then you just list the key and the values. So let's go age, 31, let's go channel, code with Tim, do that. And then to get back multiple strings at once, you guessed it, mget, and then we just pass in the string names. So age, channel, and name. And we get back 31, code with Tim, and Tim. If you want to get just a substring of a string in Redis, the command is simply get range, and this takes the key name, the start, and then the end index. So let's go with email, as that's the longest one. As with all things in programming, we always start at the 0 index, so let's start at 0, and let's go for 5. And we can see we get back the first 6 characters. And to get to the entire string using the get range command, it's just the starting index, so 0, and then -1 to get the entire string back. We can also use integers in Redis. Let's go ahead and set a new key called count, and we'll set it to be 0. In Redis, we can simply increment a integer by using the increment command and then the key of the integer we want to increment. In this case, count. Go ahead and increment that by 1 each time. And as you'd expect, there's also a decrement that does exactly the same thing, but in reverse. And we can go ahead and decrement that as well. There's also the increment by command, which allows us to increment a key by whatever increment we want. So in this case, let's go for 5, and we can see we increment that by 5. And as you would probably expect, there is the inverse with decrement, and we can go ahead and decrement count by 4, and we can see that that also works as you'd expect. The set command we have been using so far will always overwrite any existing values. Let's go ahead and demonstrate that now. So if we do get name, we can see we've got name of Tim. And if we go ahead and set the name to be Dave and then get the name back, we will see we get back Dave. So what if you want to only set a value if it doesn't currently exist? Well, you can do that with the set nx command, and that will only set a value if that key does not currently exist. So if we go ahead and do set name to be Pete, you will see that we get back an integer of 0, which is essentially saying false, that didn't work. And if we do get name, we will see we get back Dave. Before we move on to the final command I want to show you, just want to show you how you can set a string to be longer than just one word. So let's go ahead and set name, and then you just open up a speech mark and then code space with Tim, and then close speech mark, and then you see get name, and you'll see you just use quote marks. The final command that I want to show you is the set expire command. And what this does is it will set a key value pair, and then it will expire that key value pair after a set amount of time. Let's go ahead and do set ex for set expire, the key. So let's do expire me. Let's do it for 10 seconds, and then do I exist, question mark. And if we do get expire me, we will see it still exists as you would kind of expect. And then after 10 seconds, we will eventually see that it no longer exists, and we get back nil. And that means that that's currently expired, it's gone, you can't access that. To see a list of all the keys you've got set, you can do keys and then a pattern. And in this case, we want start, and that will just list out all the keys that we currently have set. And to clear up all the data in your Redis database, you just use the command flush all, and that will go ahead and delete everything in your database. If you do key stars, you'll see we have an empty array. That's all for the Redis string command. I've only really covered the main ones that we use building applications, but there are a few more out there. If you're interested, check out the documentation on Redis string commands and try them out yourself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps out the channel.